Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know I've been kind of inundating you lately with purchases from ThredUP. I just literally cannot help myself. Like, I have found my happy place on this app. So this is my second goodie box. This is another box of favorites. And first and foremost, like, I am so impressed once again with the things that my stylist sent me, and the cohesion of this box is just like so intoxicating. Like, I love the fact that she went from like red to orange to pink to coral to blue. Like, oh, there's something so satisfying about looking at everything on this rack. So one of the first things she included was this top here. Now, I live for tops like this in the springtime. All of these clothes are 100% cotton or a cotton linen blend, which you guys know I'm actively in the process of integrating into my wardrobe and kicking out all those synthetics. So in the springtime, like, I literally live in blouses like this, love the color, and initially online I was drawn to the detailing, but when I got it in my hands, I realized that this was a fringe here. And to be honest with you, that's like one thing on ThredUP. I wish they would actually add like a third detail shot so you could see up close and personal what exactly you're looking at, because sometimes it's hard to tell in the photos that they have online. But fringe aside, I think this top is super sweet just because, again, love how that detailing extends across the bodice. It also goes down the length of the sleeve, and then it also is present at the hem. So just a super sweet design. And even like in the back, they added a little ruffle to the top of the neckline. So sweet. This is so breezy and cute. If it weren't for that fringe, I would totally be adding this to my closet. Okay, so most of these styles are spring and summer inspired because that's like where my focus is right now. But I did see this sweater. Oh my gosh, you guys. I literally have been stalking this sweater online on ThredUP for weeks. You know I'm a sucker for a crazy sleeve, like obviously. These are the most exaggerated balloon sleeve I've ever seen on a sweater, and I'm totally in love. Like, I put this on and was like, oh. Hello. This is just so much fun. Such a statement piece. The color's totally knocking me out. Again, love the sleeves, which also have this little puff detailing right at the shoulder. And I adore the fact that they went with the wider, longer ribbed cuff because that just adds even more volume to these sleeves. I also love that they went with like a chevron threading down the front, and then they flipped to horizontal threading on the shoulders. But like the show-stopping moment of the sweater, you guys, is this little bow detail in the back. Oh my gosh, it's so dear. Now I will say, like function-wise, this was actually giving me a little bit of trouble. Like, I literally, during the try-on, tied this bow like 12 times and could not get it to lay right. But in any event, super sweet design. The only thing that's giving me pause about this is I do feel like it is a little pricey. I mean, I know it's something special, but I don't know. I have to think about it because I really, really love it otherwise. Okay, so I kind of went through this phase where I was bound and determined to add more orange to my closet. So this was another sweater I had seen. And to be honest with you, I'm so glad I did not buy it outright because in person, it's actually like a terry cloth. I don't mind, it just wasn't what I was expecting. It's not itchy, it's comfortable, it is lightweight. The only thing I don't like about this sweater, which is, to be honest with you, is why I wasn't buying it previously, is this faux wrap design is nice in the sense that they added a tack here at the bodice so you don't have to worry about like things flopping out, if you know what I mean. But because it extends down to the hemline, this just has a propensity not to lay right, and I, like literally, that would drive me crazy. So glad I got to try this on, but again, super glad that I did not buy this outright. Okay, so this next blouse, first and foremost, I was totally drawn to the color. Like, look at this beautiful, like, orange coral shade. I have nothing like this in my entire collection. Super sweet design, again with that eyelet detailing that extends right along the top of the collarbone and goes down the entirety of the sleeve, which also has a proper cuff. You guys know I'm like maniacal about that. I hate elastic on sleeves. Now, one thing I will say is the bodice of this shirt is interesting. Like, this is 100% cotton, but this part right here almost feels like a twill. Like, you know when you have a cotton twill pant? That's what this feels like here. So it's almost like heavier than I would want it to be. But otherwise, again, really appreciate the detailing and just totally love the color. I just don't think it's something I'm gonna decide to add to my collection. Oh, okay, so this next sweater, we have talked before about not always understanding the price points that are on ThredUP clothing. This is such a great case in point. There's nothing spectacular about this lightweight sweater. I just love it for its simplicity plus the color. Like, I'm really into pink tones lately. The exaggerated scoop neck tends to be really flattering on my figure, as is this crop design. It has high-low situation, but the front crop almost has like this slight shark bite to it, which looks really nice on. This is super lightweight, 100% cotton. But again, it's just the price point of this. Like, honestly, this is new with tags, but this retails for, yeah, $44.95. So this was $44.95 brand new, and for what they want for it, I'm like, basically walk into American Eagle, and if they had a sale, get it for cheaper and get it like right off the rack. What do you guys think about their price points sometimes? Like, are you willing to kind of like ante up if something's new with tags, or are you like maniacal about wanting like a really good bargain when it comes to used clothing? Okay, so that's kind of like getting us out of top territory, and now we have a jumpsuit. Oh my gosh, like I've talked before about the fact that I'm getting rid of synthetics out of my closet, and all my jumpsuits are polyester. So they're getting heave-hoed. So I was super excited to see this cotton linen blend. You guys, this is so sweet. Oh my gosh. Love the design of this. It has front pockets, which are so dear. And of course, the tie at that waist just helps to add some definition. This is a crop design, and it does have this kicky wide leg. I am all about wide leg pants. I just absolutely adore them. The only thing that's kind of making me nervous is red and white striping tends to give me either like candy cane vibes, or it makes me feel like I'm a candy striper, like volunteering in a hospital. I don't know. When I tried it on, I was like, okay, it doesn't look as severe as I thought it would in my head. I actually think it's super cute, so I'm excited to hear what my husband thinks about it. And it's super easy to get into as well because of the zipper in the back. So speaking of wide leg pants, my stylist included two that I had saved to my favorites. Both are from the label Pilcro and the Letterpress, which I believe is part of Anthropology. So this first pair she sent me, again, like loving this red tone. It's such like a soft red. These again are a little bit shorter, at least for me. They're like a 27-inch inseam, which is perfect. And it does have that wider leg, which you guys know that I love. Now, one thing I will say about these pants, this is a cotton linen blend, so there's not like a hint of stretch in these. So they're like a tad too tight. Like I was a little bit stuffed like a sausage in these. So unfortunately, I think I would need a larger size. But one of the things I thought was so fascinating about these pants design-wise that I never even noticed until the other day was the fact that there's striping that runs down the entirety of the pant down to the cuff. And the striping is almost like slightly raised. And then within those stripes, it's a chevron stitch. So it's like really, really interesting, like very, very, very subtle. But I thought it added a nice touch. Oh, speaking of not being able to fit into things, this next dress, you guys, I was so bummed out. I love this midi dress. It is so fun and fresh. Oh my gosh. Love the tiered skirt. It's just so kicky, so voluminous. Oh my gosh, I just want to like run through a field of flowers wearing this. But what really drew me to it was the fact that it does have that empire waist, and I have nothing like that in my collection at all. The bummer about this is I could not get this to zip up in its entirety. I was so upset. I could get it to like the top of my bra, and that's like all it was going. So unfortunately, I have to pass on this. Now, one thing I will say about this dress, although it didn't fit, so it didn't work out for me anyways, is the fact that it's not lined and it's quite see-through. So it was like, whoa, okay, hello. Which is a shame because, again, the other component to this that I do appreciate is the fact that on the straps, they have the little adjustment there, which I think is so nice because not all dresses have that. And then you get that situation where like the straps are falling off, which is so annoying. Oh my gosh, this next skirt, you guys, I'm so excited about this skirt. So, okay, this is another midi length, which tends to be my favorite. Love the color story of this, and the super high waist I just think is so gorgeous. Now, one thing I will say, at first I couldn't even button this up. I think I was like a little bit bloated, so like the top 3 buttons were not happening, but eventually once my body calmed down, I was able to get this sucker on, thank God, because I fell in love with it, mainly because the construction of this, you guys, is superb. Like, it is unlike anything I've ever seen. And the one thing I think is so fascinating, now this is a cotton linen blend, the lining is 100% cotton, but look at the design of this. I have never seen a lining that's actually sewn into like the side of the skirt. Mainly it's just, you know, attached to the waist and then it's free flowing. I just thought that was a super nice touch. I didn't know anything about this label, so I was kind of like, what is up here? So I looked them up and it turns out they are made to order. So this skirt, literally someone sent their measurements in and they made this skirt specifically tailored to that person's body. So that is what Fame and Partners does to try to cut down on waste when it comes to fashion, because you know, a lot of fashion it ends up in the landfill, it ends up being burned, and I could really appreciate that sustainability. Oh, and the other thing is it has pockets. Okay, and finally, another pair of wide leg pants by Pilcro and the Letterpress. And I forgot to mention on this first pair and this pair here were categorized as being not only a wide leg, which I love, but also a high rise. These are not a high rise, neither are these. Like, they're not even trying to be a mid rise. These suckers both are low rise, which I'm okay with in the warmer months. For whatever reason, I don't mind a low rise in the warmer months. But in any event, love these. The color just totally knocks me out. And the one thing too that's nice is design-wise, these buttons could probably be popped off. Like, they're not functional, they're just like there for decoration. And I love the fact that they're just like a hint longer, because longer pants tend to like really help elongate my body to make me look taller and slimmer, and I love that effect. These are so sweet on, they fit like a dream. There's a touch of spandex, like 2% spandex in this cotton design. They do have functional pockets. I'm so in love with these pants. Okay guys, so that is it for my second box of favorites, you know, contained in a goodie box from ThredUP. And I have to tell you, like, I'm just punch drunk in love with ThredUP right now. Oh my gosh. The clothing that I've been receiving is so beautifully unique. I just love this process. I love the fact that these are secondhand, that this is an eco-friendly way to really just build my dream closet. I am in love. If you guys are interested in trying ThredUP for yourself, I do have a referral code down below. It'll knock 10 bucks off your first order, and as a courtesy, the company will also kick me a $10 credit to use as well. But in any event, this one's gonna be hard to like control myself over. I wanna try these clothes on for my husband to get his opinion, so I'm super excited to hear what he has to say. But in any event, thank you guys so much for spending your time with me today. I hope you're having a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!